This is pretty serious, as you can see. I wish this wasn't the case, but obviously my body's telling me I gotta slow down. And I hope you guys understand.
So that right there was Justin Bieber on his Instagram page, his message to fans yesterday. The singer shared a struggle with partial facial paralysis. It's caused by something called Ramsay-Hunt syndrome.
Joining us to help explain the viral condition is ear, nose, and throat doctor, and of course, Mark Mester's dad. We're going straight to the expert. Thank you so much, Dr. Andrew Mester, for joining us. We really appreciate it. So many questions. When I first heard about this, I was trying to Google. I was looking up as much as I could because I'd never really heard of this. So this is one of your specialties. What is and what causes Ramsay-Hunt syndrome?
Thank you for having me, and good morning, Lenny. It's so nice to see you. So basically, this is a chicken pox. 90% of the people have chicken pox, whether you had the symptoms or it was so mild that you didn't have the symptoms. It is very common. And the chicken pox heals up very nicely. But the problem is that this virus is settling in the nervous system in the ganglion, which is like the computer center. And if something happens down the line, primarily the immune system is not working so well, or stress or anything, we don't really know what happens, then the nerve, one particular nerve gets infected, inflamed, and develops blisters. That's called the shingles. And the characteristic of the shingles is only on one side. This photograph shows very well that this patient, this is the shingles. These blisters, it's incredibly painful. It usually takes 7 to 10 days that it heals up. And it's like a belt on the chest or on the trunk, go like this one, or on the shoulder. And it heals up. The only problem is that sometimes it develops a post-herpetic neuralgia, terrible pain. Now, if this involves the facial nerve ganglion, then you get a facial nerve palsy. And then you get a facial nerve weakness or no movement on one side. This is the facial nerve shown on the right side. It comes from the brain. And on this patient, he tries to smile and the right side is not moving.
Right, which is kind of what we saw with Justin Bieber. Right.
Yeah, and Ramsay-Hunt was a wonderful neurologist, graduated from University of Pennsylvania, which is the oldest medical school in America. And he was practicing primarily in New York, and he described this this disease.
So we heard from Justin Bieber yesterday, and he's not going to be singing for at least some time right now. Why is he not able to sing? Is it because his face is paralyzed, or at least half of it is?
That's a very good question. Singer is different than average people. The singer is like a Stradivarius, you know, the most valuable violin. I'm sure you all saw the Red Violin movie. And they have an incredibly special voice production as opposed to average people. So basically, in voice production, there are 3 organs. One is the lung, which is the power source. The air is coming up. The vocal cord is the vibrator. And then there are the resonators above the vocal cord, and this is called the resonators, and that gives the sound like and if you have a paralyzed face, look at my speech. I drew out the fluid here, and I cannot close the eye. It's open because it's a different nerve, not the facial nerve. So basically, if your face is like this, you cannot sing because the resonator is missing.
Of course, of course. Can you talk about, Doctor, how long will this last? Is there any treatment? Are we sure that it will go away? What happens next?
I hope it will go away 100%. The recovery is very good. It starts with numbness and terrible pain in the ear. And nobody knows why is it. So that's when you have to go to the doctor, preferably ear, nose, and throat doctor, but urgent care doctors can diagnose it very well also. So first the pain, nothing else. And then gradually, in 24 hours, one side of the face get paralyzed. And after that, you have blisters like herpetic, looks like herpes, but it's not herpes, along in the ear canal, in the auricule, and on the face, anywhere. And so that's the symptom. That's how it develops.
So what about a cure? Is there a cure for something like this?
There is good cure. We have two medications what everybody should get, preferably within 3 days, 72 hours. The earlier the treatment, the better the result. And this is acyclovir, some kind of antiviral medication to slow down the replication of the virus. It's like get off the soldiers of the field. And the other one is prednisone. I prefer the Medrol dose pack. It's a 6-day taper down with basically no significant side effect. Some people give it for 2 weeks, and this is the best anti-inflammatory medication. Why do we do it? The nerve is running below the skin, but in the middle ear, it runs in a bony canal. And if it gets swollen, like every inflamed nerve gets swollen, then the bone does not allow it to open it up, to dilate it up, and that can cause more damage. So
Hey, Dad.
these medications are very important.
Hey, Dad.
Yes.
Dad, what do we do at 8:38?
Right?
What do we do at 8:38 every weekend?
Oh, that's the relaxing time.